Hey there. What if everyone on Earth could read minds? Imagine a world where you could instantly know what someone is thinking, just by being near them. It might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, but what would happen if this became reality? Would society be more honest, or would it lead to chaos? Stick around as we explore how this could change the way we live and interact. Before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more exciting what-if scenarios. If you love exploring strange ideas, this is the place for you. Now let's dive into today's topic. Part 1. The nature of thought. Let's start with the basics. What are thoughts? Scientists say that we have around 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts per day. That's a huge amount of information racing through our minds. Some of these thoughts are big and important, while others are just small, random ideas or worries. But what if all these thoughts became visible to everyone around us? You might be thinking of something simple like, I need to grab coffee, but at the same time, someone could be able to read the thought, I don't like this person. Every private thought, whether it's a random idea or a secret feeling, would be out in the open. This could change the way we interact completely. Instead of speaking, we would simply think, and everyone would know exactly what we meant. The ability to read minds would erase the walls between people. No more hiding behind polite words or pretending to agree with someone. But here's the question. Would you want to know every detail of what others think, especially when it comes to negative thoughts about you? Most people would likely feel uncomfortable knowing all the unspoken judgments and criticisms people have. Part 2. The impact on relationships. Now think about your relationships. Whether you're close with family, friends, or a partner, we all have private thoughts that we keep to ourselves. We also have moments where we feel annoyed, confused, or unsure, but we don't always express those thoughts. What if every one of those unspoken feelings was suddenly out in the open? Imagine being in a romantic relationship. If you could hear every single thought your partner has, it might seem like a dream at first. No more lies, no more misunderstandings. But in reality, it could be overwhelming. Your partner might have an occasional negative thought about you, or think about someone else in a way that makes you uncomfortable. Could you handle knowing all the small doubts or judgments they have about you? Would it hurt the trust you've built together? The same goes for friendships. A thought you might have about a friend, maybe they re-talking too much or wearing something strange, could easily be exposed. This could lead to constant tension, as every thought, no matter how small, would be out in the open. The emotional baggage of hearing every single thought could make relationships more complicated than they already are. Part 3. Privacy and trust. Let's talk about privacy. Research shows that 75% of people feel uncomfortable when their privacy is invaded. But what if there was no such thing as privacy anymore? If everyone could read minds, you would never have the luxury of keeping anything private. Not even your deepest fears or biggest dreams. Right now, we rely on trust to keep things between us. Trust allows us to process thoughts and feelings in our own time before deciding when to share them. Without this privacy, would trust even exist? People would constantly filter their thoughts, being cautious about what they think, because everyone would know what was on their mind. Think about how it would feel to know that someone can read all your private thoughts, especially the ones you don't want others to know. For example, what if you thought something bad about a person, but you didn't say it aloud? In a world where everyone can read minds, that person would know your exact thoughts. It might create unnecessary tension or even destroy trust in relationships. Part 4. The effect on society. What would happen to society as a whole? Let's look at how this might affect the world beyond personal relationships. We already know that technology, like social media, affects how we think and act. But mind reading? That would be a whole different story. According to studies, about 3 billion people worldwide use social media. Imagine if everything people posted online could be instantly understood by everyone. Politicians, for example, would have no room to hide their true intentions. If they were giving a speech, you could hear exactly what they were really thinking. The same would go for business leaders or anyone in positions of power. There would be no way to manipulate people without everyone knowing the truth. This could lead to transparency, but it might also cause even more conflict, as people would constantly question the sincerity of others. What about crime and law enforcement? If we could read minds, solving crimes might seem easier, right? You could simply know who committed the crime by reading their thoughts. But what if people started hiding their true thoughts? Or what if it led to false assumptions? Would we still be able to trust the justice system? Or would everyone just be suspicious of each other all the time? Part 5. Would we be happier? Finally, would a world with mind reading make us happier? It's a tough question. In theory, knowing exactly what someone thinks would make things clearer. But would that really be better for our mental health? A study published by the American Psychological Association found that people who feel they have no privacy experience higher levels of stress and anxiety. Imagine how much more stress we'd have if everyone knew what we were thinking all the time. The pressure to always filter our thoughts could lead to emotional burnout. Maybe part of happiness is having a little bit of mystery, being able to keep some things to ourselves and share only what we choose. If everyone knew your every thought, would you still feel free to be yourself? Or would you feel trapped, unable to express yourself without judgment? So, what do you think? Would a world where everyone could read minds be a better place? It sounds like it could lead to more honesty, but it might also create chaos, stress, and emotional strain. Maybe the answer lies somewhere in between, where we can be honest without being constantly exposed. The truth is, mind reading could change the very fabric of how we relate to one another. It might create more openness, but it could also destroy the privacy and trust that are so important in maintaining healthy relationships. Perhaps some things are better left unsaid. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting what-if scenarios. Let me know in the comments. Do you think you could live in a world where everyone could read minds? Or would you prefer to keep your thoughts private? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.